thatmovieguyUK.
Hey everybody, hope you're keeping well. Change of scenery for the day, as I'm not actually doing any movie review, as I have yet to watch the film I was meant to, and that is The Assistant. That review will be dropping in a few days after Talking Movies. Speaking of Talking Movies, last week, Eric from Asian Movie Enthusiast, we had an absolute blast with you. It was 4 hours and 45 minutes of pure spontaneity, and I feel like I learned a lot. And we can't wait to bring you back. Our guest this week is going to be Dimitri, who is a YouTuber that I know personally, who is a fantastic film reviewer, and we are going to be discussing acclaimed films that we find overrated. And as you can imagine, that is no mean feat, and I cannot wait to dissect this with Dimitri and Hus. That's going to be on the 1st of May at 8 PM GMT. We hope to see you there. All the details below. So, moving on with the video today, I have decided I'm going to show you the movies that I have got over the last few days. I've opened them, but I've not looked in them because I just want to be surprised like the rest of you. As most of you are doing probably, you're buying a lot of movies right now just to fill in the void of not seeing new cinema or even revisiting older films. So, I guess that's what we're going to go for, and I'm going to let you know what I've been watching and tell you my favourite 5 films I watched in lockdown currently. So let's start. Okay. So this one. Okay. Right. So this film is Women in Love, and it's by Ken Russell. I actually watched my first Ken Russell film last week, and that was The Devils. And I instantly fell in love with his style of cinema, and I thought to myself, I really should be watching more of his films because he seems to be my kind of director. This is a BFI release, if I'm correct. Yes, it is. And I got it from CEX online. I'm very intrigued to see more about this one because I've heard that it's probably his most acclaimed film, as it was nominated for various Academy Awards. But being Ken Russell, I'm assuming it's something a bit more interesting. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. What else do we have? Again, I've opened them, but I don't know what they are. Okay, calm down. Guilty of Romance from Sean Sono. This is a Region A Blu-ray, if I'm correct. I have started watching more Sean Sono movies since I spoke to Eric and Hus. I've actually got Love Exposure on the way, and I have a funny feeling it's not in this pile. But I've watched Tag, Anti-Porno, and Tokyo Tribe so far, and I just really dig his style of cinema. It's very exploitive, but at the same time, I feel like his direction for female characters in Japanese cinema is definitely a lot more revolutionary than you would see in most Japanese films. And that's the biggest thing I'm getting out of his film work at the moment. And Guilty of Romance seemed to be one of those that I was very keen on seeing. The synopsis sounds very interesting. So I'll probably be watching this in the next few days and just go over to my letterbox and you'll see what I actually think of it. What else do we have? Okay, I only have like 4. Don't worry, it's not like an epic thing. Okay, so I got this as well. Okay, we know what this one is. And that's the Quaiden Masters of Cinema limited release. I wasn't actually going to budge on this one, but I started seeing people with it, and then I got a bit envious. I don't actually own many Masters of Cinema movies, but it's a nice little addition, I must say. I've seen the Criterion one a few times, but it's pretty nice. I think all you get with it is you get the standard Amore, which I'm assuming will be released at a separate time, 1 disc, and then a nice little booklet, not for individual sale, of course, which I'm very intrigued to go through. Quaiden is one of those films that I feel like has eluded me for some time, purely for runtime purposes and time. But I am very, very excited to crack this one open at some point in the next week or so. There's a potential I might be getting furloughed from work, so that even means I can actually watch more films, and that I actually have a bit more excitement for. This one, I definitely know what it was, but I got it this morning, but it's the one that I've been really looking forward for a while, especially since Criterion, since Criterion announced it. That is Wes Anderson's Grand Budapest Hotel box set. This is the first Region A Wes Anderson movie I actually have bought. I have the rest on Region B, but obviously having a Region B Blu-ray player has its benefits. But I'm not anticipating this one getting a UK release just... That's a bit shiny. It's just a bit... Well, just yet anyway. I think it's more to do with licenses over here. But obviously, I think this was the only one, except for Isle of Dogs, that hasn't got Criterion just yet. But I'm assuming that it will be coming out on Criterion soon, I would say, in the States, probably in another year. And then obviously we have French Dispatch, which is coming out October now, because of obviously pandemic. Oh, okay. So it's got a little flap thing that's gonna have to go in the box to keep safe. But it's very simple. You still have the background of the baths going over like that. I'll just open it up and see what's inside. I've seen a few pictures, but this is definitely one of the most unique of the Wes Anderson movies. So it's a single disc inside, beautiful artwork as always with Wes's works. I actually have met Wes Anderson's graphic designer for Grand Budapest Hotel, Isle of Dogs, and French Dispatch. She's actually from my area, and I met her a couple of weeks ago. She's really lovely, and she's coming over back to the art centre where I work at to do a talk eventually. So we've got like romantic poetry, which obviously is what Zero reads. It's the letter that he writes to Agatha, played by the wonderful Saoirse Ronan. What else do we have? And it's just like little snippets from it. Obviously that's Saoirse Ronan there with her passport. This is actually quite pretty. But yeah, it's just basically all the unique pieces that have been like Kovacs's death certificate, I guess, police report, fingerprints with the missing fingers. Everything is on it. That's pretty cool. But funny, like I said, Annie Atkins, the graphic designer, actually showed a lot of this stuff at a presentation that she gave to the university a couple of weeks ago. Funnily enough, it feels like a lifetime ago now. And I'm assuming this is the booklet that you get with it. This is obviously the menu that they have in the Grand Budapest Hotel in the background, and this is the booklet going through. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to going through this. And then I think this is the poster, right? Yeah, this is the poster that goes with it. One assumes... Yeah. So we have this on this side. And then we've got the bath in the background. That's... Okay, this is pretty cool. I'm actually really tempted now to buy the Fantastic Mr. Fox American set because I've never actually owned that one. So that's all my mail. That was fun. I had a good time with that, and I hope that was informative enough. Like I said, I bought this off is it Toys and Films on eBay? He does a lot of US Blu-rays, and he's still getting them in as well, which is really surprising to me. But really glad I got this one. Very happy. If you go over to my letterbox, you'll see my lockdown movies ranked. And these are all the films I watched during lockdown. And these are the films that I've been trying to see for numerous years or have just randomly found them and I've given them a go. And honestly, this has been the best time for me to do this, as normally I review so many new films. It's very rare I actually get the time to go backwards. And now I'm having that time. And it's really handy. The first one I would recommend is Santa Siren by Alejandro Jodorowsky. If you know this director, he made obviously Holy Mountain, El Topo. This is definitely his most accessible film and a good way to understand more of his mindset. There's an interesting religious dynamic within this film, along with motherhood and finding your individuality in life. And it's so obscure, but at the same time, you fully understand what is going through the narrative. And it's available on BFI Player. I'm not going to say any more about it, but please do check it out. The next film I would recommend is The Lovers on the Bridge by Leos Carax, and it's available on Mubi right now. This, I think, is on par with Holy Motors. I think both films are so strikingly good. But what makes this one so special is that it's literally just two people. And it's about their relationship and how they hide things from each other. And visually it is beautiful. It brings Paris to life. And I think it's one of the most striking films to use Paris as another character. There's a specific scene on the bridge with fireworks, and it melts me, and I adore it. But make sure you check it out on Mubi, because obviously you can get Mubi for free, or no, for £1, for like 3 months. Totally worth it. As I've mentioned already with my Woman in Love Blu-ray, I have seen Ken Russell's The Devils. The Devils is available on Shudder right now, and you should definitely go check this out. This is the most interesting film about how religion overpowers humanity and how the church at times can manipulate, and it's done in such a controversial and very striking way. I adore it. Instantly it became one of my favorite films of all time, and I just cannot believe it's taken me this long to go there. And like I said, I am so excited to go through Ken Russell's filmography now because of The Devils. Yeah, just check it out on Shudder, it's so good. My next recommendation is Dennis Hopper's Out of the Blue. I was aware of this film last year during Venice. There was a new restoration of it that has still not come out. So I did buy the DVD after the festival, and I just didn't have the time to go and watch it, even though it's only like a 90-minute runtime. But honestly, this is the most upsetting coming-of-age film that I have seen in my life, and it really is a painful watch. People speak of like 8th grade into like great acclaim for this coming-of-age story, but this one knocks it out of the park and makes it feel like nothing. Honestly, Out of the Blue by Dennis Hopper is one of these films that will stick with you for a long time. The way that the character just hides away with the punk movement, and her love for Elvis, and how she cascades her world through that with a very painful family setting. It's crazy. It's got one of the wildest opening scenes, and it's got one of the most somber endings. If you can find it, or find it on any kind of streaming, go for it. It really is worth a watch. And the last one I'm going to recommend to you guys, and this is available on Criterion channel right now, is Nagisashima's Boy. I only found this by chance, and that is why I think I love it even more. This film really took me into the world of a child, where things are happening, but he has no control of it. He is basically swindling people out of money with the family that he has. It's very similar to an aesthetic of Koreeda's Shoplifters, which I've now heard that Koreeda actually has a lot of admiration for Oshima's work. And going from this, you see this massive connection between them. But going back to Boy, it really is a striking, slowly paced film which has some of the strongest visuals you'll have. It really shows confinement. It really shows a lot of emotion just from framing alone. And the whole narrative builds and builds, and it just gets even more saddening. But there's a scene at the back end of the film where it's set in snow, and this scene is phenomenal. It really has stuck with me, and Boy is one of the best films, actually is the best film I've seen during my lockdown time. And if you have Criterion channel, I would highly, highly implore you to go over there and seek it. It is truly great. Obviously, like I said, I have over 70 films I've seen. They're all available on my lockdown movies ranked on Letterboxd, so go over there. And obviously be sure to join us for Talking Movies this Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun with our friend Dimitri. And before we leave, Pablo Larraín's Emma is available on Mubi tomorrow, the 1st of May. It is a striking film. Great mystery, fantastic rhythm, hypersexualized. It's everything that you'd want in a film. It's something I loved, and as you know, I put it in my top 20 of 2019. It really is one of my favorites, and I cannot wait for more people to watch it. Like I said, tomorrow, 1st of May, please go and watch it. My review will be in the description. Please go and see it. So, there we are. Opening mail. Thought it was a bit of a change. Let me know if you've picked up any movies during this time. Hello, new subscribers. Hello, old subscribers. It's so nice to have you back. Keep sharing the love. See you on Friday. And as we normally say, diolch danke, obrigado, merci beaucoup, arigato, nation, all the shins. And obviously, never change. Now I'm going to go watch my movies.